strong with the Force you are, young Padawan.
What is up, everybody, and welcome back to Skavalitana, guys. We're back, unfortunately.
What
we
is
are
that?
back.
What do you mean, unfortunately?
Unfortunately, I feel like we come back here every week, and y'all just stay tuned for it. I don't know why I wouldn't stay tuned for the show. I wouldn't, so I would just stay tuned for the hotness of me, and that's probably it.
Actually, it's me, so I'm the face
and
of
the
this whole
pumpkin
thing.
spice latte. Where's that pumpkin spice? There you go. Show it.
Right
Advertise it. You can only get that at Dunkin' Donuts advertisement right here. So every time I say pumpkin spice latte, I should get like 50 cents. So.
Starbucks right here, man.
The Starbies.
Oh, it's not from Dunkin'?
No.
Oh no, baby, we do Starbucks
shit.
over here.
Yeah.
All right, redo.
Yeah.
Redo. Hold on. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Scavoli Show. My name is Chris Scavoli. You can go get your pumpkin spice latte at Starbucks, not Dunkin', for only $5.99 for a small. Please go support your local Starbucks. Thank you so much for enjoying this little commercial that I had. Come back next week when we talk about squirrels. Bye.
Yay!
Thank you.
I may the force be with you.
May the Force.
Nice.
Well, before we start episode 3 of the Ahsoka series, please subscribe down below to the YouTube channel, The Skavoli Show, for more awesomeness, guys. Go check out my merch. So much more to come. I have a big line coming of what if merch that's being worked on right now, because I know you guys love my what ifs on this channel. I have no clue why. I think they just make sense, and I feel like they do. But sometimes I feel like I write them just to write them, just to do it. You know? Yeah. But yeah. So, Rick, Delanier, how are you guys?
I'm fabulous. I'm a little sleepy, but
I'm pretty good. On the other hand, I took a fat nap and I have my pumpkin spice. What more can I ask?
He didn't take a small nap, people. He took that fat dun-to-dun nap and he knocked out.
Nap.
it
Yeah.
was the fattest of naps.
It was the fattest nap. I felt like I was at Walgreens right now. Just a fat nap, you know?
Yeah, and we just saw Ahsoka, so that's awesome, you know.
Yep.
It was a good episode. It was a really good episode. I enjoyed it.
Really good.
It was alright. It was good. I give it a finger snail. I give that. Rick's like, what the hell are you doing?
I give all my fingers.
Rick, this is PG-13, Rick. This show is PG-13. How dare you? There could be children watching this show.
You know, I wasn't even thinking about that.
I was. Always.
Who's
Always thinking, I'm like Thrawn. I'm always thinking of your next move already. You didn't even have to do it. I thought of it. I'm like Thrawn in that way.
so you believe Thrawn is alive?
I hope so. We saw him in the trailer.
I know, because the senators don't believe he's alive.
Yeah, you know, I'm really not getting on board with that. I'm really not. They're trying to make it a thing. They're like trying to make Sabine a Jedi too. Like, I don't get that either. Like, why are they forcing it? Like, they're forcing Sabine to be a Jedi so bad. And I think if she moved that cup, and now Rick, I said in my reaction that I just filmed, that's the cup. Did you go back and watch the cup where Ahsoka came out of the bathroom?
I didn't see that.
Two cups.
I was like, Chris is gonna see these cups. He's gonna freak out.
I did. I was like, what are we watching?
There's two now. They multiplied.
This is not Game of Thrones where we leave a cup on the stand. Like, come on.
That's you know what? That's got to be like another shirt idea for you, Chris. Those cups,
I know, a cup. Just our cup. Just
what's in the cup?
What's in the cup?
Yeah, it's like, really dragging on more than I expected.
It is. Like, is it juice? Is it water? Is it tequila? Like, is it Java juice? Is it pumpkin spice? Pumpkin spice latte, ladies and gentlemen, is sponsored by Starbucks, where you can get this at $5.99 on small. So, back to what I was saying. Back to my normal breakdown. I don't like how they're doing that. Like, they're saying, "Oh, Thrawn's not alive, dead," or Ezra's
you know
not.
what? I got like, I mean, just in like politics, you get hypocrisy and like.
Oh yeah, of course that.
I was getting those kind of vibes where it's like, okay, like what if some of these people are, you know, still in favor of the Empire, but you know, they're just under the Republic.
They could be, and I think I really like how they're putting that fear I don't think you can call it fear, but like you could feel like when they say like Thrawn, like they get like
They're like,
chills.
yeah. Some of
Like,
them are like, and then others are like, oh,
I don't know why it's giving very much like, I mean, maybe it's the Harry Potter in me, but like Voldemort, and they're like, he's back. They're like, he's not back. No, he's not.
Yeah,
And I'm like, I
you know
just get
what?
reminded of that whole thing. I'm like, it's literally the same.
Yeah,
Everyone's like, no, he's not.
I feel like the only one that believes Hera in that moment is Mon Mothma. Like,
Yeah.
I really think she still believes that. But the other senators are like, oh, you think he's alive because he's taking your friend Ezra Bridger. Like, he's dead too. Like, blah, 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 blah.
Hera ate him up, by the way. I just want to...
Yeah, Hera ate him up, but the guy was so, like, quick with his responses. Like, they were.
Yeah.
I think he won that round. I feel like he definitely did. Hera, like, I feel like
stormed
Hera.
out.
Yeah, I feel like she could have said more. Like, I was waiting for her to like just juggle it when she said like, "Oh, Senator, did you fight in the war?" I wanted her to keep going in. I wanted her to keep going like, "Oh, you didn't see your soldiers fall down, friends, family, like stuff like that." But we didn't get that. I was like, "Come on, Hera, give it to me. Give it to
Get
me."
in there. Go, girl.
And she never gave it to me, so I was like, "Okay, all right, just leave the room. I don't know what you're doing now."
You know, others could have just be refusing it just to like try to keep it a secret in their favor of the Empire. I mean, you know, it's all a part of politics. You never know one's true intentions.
Yeah, and I love how they have Mon Mothma as the Chancellor now.
Mm-hmm. That's
I like
nice.
I like her.
Yeah.
I do. And then we get to see Jason.
I loved it.
Yeah, obviously we know I didn't get that far, so I was like, a child? There's
child?
a green-headed child?
But you know what? They didn't make his whole head green though.
No, I looked up a video. I was like, Hera has a son. And then I was like, oh, his hair's way more green. What is that?
Yeah, like it's like a John Stamos kind of look he's got going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was so cute. It was nice seeing him.
It was nice seeing him. It was a nice catch. And then I love when he said, "Oh, I want to be a Jedi." And then Hera looked at him like, "Don't worry, you definitely will be because you're Kanan. You're Kanan. Like Kanan's half Jedi and she's half whatever." So definitely she'll have
whatever.
half whatever.
That's a little
I mean-
rude, don't you think?
But like, come on, like he's not even her.
I know. I was like,
yeah, for sure.
I was like, he's human with green hair, but like no alien features at all.
Yeah.
Hey,
But that's why I was like,
he's got
half
the green
whatever.
hair. He's got the
Yeah.
green hair.
That's what we got from her mother. And then he got the nice black hair from Keenan. And then he's gonna definitely be force sensitive, I think, Jason, because his father's Keenan. You know, when I got a funny story. You know, the first time I watched Rebels, I watched it, and I watched the last episode. I cry every time in that last episode because it's such like how Tyler Gray brings it together. Tia, they do fantastic, and Jason Sedula came up, and I was like, and I don't. Did they say his name? I don't think they did say. Yeah, they said his name. Spectre 7, right? Spectre 7 or Spectre 8?
I don't know.
I think it's Spectre 7
Yeah.
because it makes more sense. And I thought it was Captain Rex that gave Hera the baby. Yeah, that's the face I made. Yeah, that was a couple years ago. Like,
You mean like adoption or like gave her the baby?
No, like I thought he and Hera went to town.
Oh,
Like, yeah.
My.
I thought that, and then I realized I was like, no, that wouldn't make sense.
Chris, you got some crazy what ifs, man.
I do, like, but that was like a long time ago. So I was like, you know, now I'm over it. You know, I know who the son is now. It's Keenan's son. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I thought. But now we go back to the show. Boop, boop, boop.
Yeah. Let's go back.
So
to the
my
show.
next thing is that I feel like they're forcing Sabine to be a Jedi, and she's not the Jedi. She's not like. And
No, she's kind of bad at it.
She's kind of bad at it. Like it's not even. It's like watching Grogu, but Grogu's even better at it than her, and he's an actual Jedi. Like he sucked in the beginning, Like
He's a
stuck.
baby.
He's a baby, but he didn't want to open like his force abilities because you never know the Empire's still out there. He's still in hiding. Da da da. So I understand that. And then finally he had to say Din, and then you just saw him jump. He's like skipping.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm gonna. You guys are not gonna get me. Yeah, look at me. And then like Sabine, like I feel like if she moved that cup, that really turns me off about that show. Like I love Ahsoka, don't get me wrong, but Sabine being a Jedi, that was never even brought up in Rebels. If you wanted to bring that up, I would start getting a sense of that in the animated show, which they never did. You know, like
there was a scene in Rebels where Kanan like was training Sabine with the
Dark
saber.
Saber.
Yeah, the dark saber, and there was some like mention to it, like a few sentences in an episode. I recently saw this like little short part of the episode where Kanan is just mentioning that she's very hard to train. She's got too much like Mandalorian in her, but he mentioned the Force. He mentioned the Force and how it pretty much resides in all living things, and that it could be achievable for her.
Yes, and I think even with Ahsoka saying that to her too, but
Ahsoka said it exactly what I told you in the last breakdown, Chris. It just reminded me of like I was like Chris is gonna love this part right here.
Like she goes, it divides in all living things. Like it's just in us. Like I was like, oh Rick,
it's just
damn it, Rick.
Chris, like
I feel like you talked to her about that when off camera, and you're like, just say that scene. We'll put that scene in again.
Add this scene last minute just to like make
just my friends.
Why did I just pictured Rick going like, it's in all of
it's in
all of us.
It's in all the things. All the things.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. But yeah, I think we're gonna get. This is my prediction, or not. I'm not gonna say my prediction now, but one of the things I'm gonna predict for next episode is when Sheen and Sabine do fight again. I really think Sabine's gonna definitely use the Force. I think that's what they're trying to get at. But I really don't want that. I don't think she's Force sensitive. I don't think so. I really don't. It wouldn't make no sense.
Very stubborn.
Yeah, she's like she like she said, she has too much Mandalorian in her. Like
yeah, and in this episode, it just shows like she's very angry and frustrated.
Yeah,
maybe, but that's all part of the training. Once she's past that, I think we're gonna see her use the Force. We're gonna see her throw a cup at Shin, right?
Take this.
Yeah, like with the Force. Yeah.
Take my cup that I've seen in 3 episodes so far. Take it.
You know what? It's very they're making it obvious, that it's very hard for her to learn the Force, and I think they're doing that for a reason. I think they're gonna like really explain how she's gonna become a Jedi with the Force. It's gonna connect really good, I think.
I don't want it. I say I don't want it.
It's happening.
Chris is being like Huyang over
happening.
here.
Yeah, like Huyak. I want to be called Huyak. Huyak.
He was roasting her the whole time. He's like, I'm just
I love him, man. He's like my
I'm
new
just
favorite.
stating the facts.
He's
like,
how it is.
He's just my favorite, I think, side character in all of Star Wars.
I love him so much.
I'm loving him so far, man. Like he's so like, I'm just like admire every time he blinks. Like I just like the way he blinks.
They really put him well in live action, though.
Yeah, that was nice. Oh, and then when we first saw him in this episode, he was like with the four hilts.
Yeah,
reminded me of General Kenobi, man. Oh, they gotta have like a standoff, in a What If series.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. But yeah, like I just like I'm saying I don't want Sabine to be a Force sensitive. I don't think it would make sense. I think people would love it. People would go, "Oh my god, really? Oh yes, we love this." I would not love it. I would tell you absolutely not. It makes no sense. I think if you want to make it, you should have did an animation in the Rebel series and then brought it into live action. You know what I mean? Like carry it over. Like Keenan mentioned it, but all the Jedi's mentioned forces and everything provides and all living things. You know, the force is all over. This force is in the water bottle. You know, the force is in the pumpkin spice latte. So, I really think they should have brought it into animation and then brought it back to live action. But we'll find out how. I think she's definitely gonna confide in the Force. I think that's my prediction for next week is when she fights Sheen, and then I don't know if she'll win. I don't know.
She might fall down a couple times, but
yeah, she might fall down. And I would love like if she's fighting Shan, and then Keenan or Ezra's voice comes in, like just starts talking to her, and like. You know what I mean? Like, give her like some inspiration. I would like that.
He's gotta come back as a Force ghost, man.
I don't think he is, though. I don't think.
Come on.
I think the last time you'll hear from Keenan is from voice. I don't think you'll bring him live action because I think what Freddie Prinze Jr. did in Rebels is amazing. You know, he brought Keenan to life, and everybody loves Keenan. I think if you get a different actor and another voice actor too, it wouldn't be right. I wouldn't like it. I already don't like what they're doing with Ezra. I don't feel that with Ezra. Like even Sabine, I still don't feel it with. Like I don't feel it with
the haircut helped though. I will say, like when she was doing the training in the beginning, I'm like, oh, it's Sabine. Like I'm seeing it now.
Yeah, like the haircut really helped. Like the long hair, it doesn't really suit her. That wasn't her style, even in the animation series.
Mm-hmm.
It was always short. The last time was, I think, the longest was in season 1, and then season 2 she cut it, and then season 3 again, and season 4 same thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. Like the Purgle looked great though. I love the Purgle.
Dude.
My space whales.
Space whales are back.
When
There was a huge one.
They were huge.
They were
That
huge.
was huge.
I literally yelled out, "Purgle!" When I saw them. Yeah, that was.
I really liked how but that adds to the story. Like we've been saying this for the longest. The Purgle are going to lead them to Ezra and Thrawn.
Yeah, they explained that, right? Huyang, that the construction of the ring,
Mhm.
right? And
Yes.
then how it's there to like follow the path of the Purgles to lead to like the new galaxy, right?
Yeah, that like different galaxies.
Yeah, and we were right about that. You know, they were building something, you know, with these engines, you know, to help them go to that new galaxy. So that was cool. You know what? This episode it was good. It wasn't as long as the other ones, but it was
very fast.
It was fast. Yeah, it's fast paced, but it like every scene they shoot, it's entertaining.
Yeah.
I like the fight scenes, the spaceships fight scenes. I like the setup for the next episode in the end. Like I like where they landed. You know, the red trees and just the wind blowing it. It's good. I'm liking it.
Feels like a Friday night.
Yeah, it's a Friday night, man.
Autumn is approaching.
Yeah. And I think next week we'll definitely get that. We'll definitely get that fight with Sabine and Shan again, and then Baylan and Ahsoka. And then I feel like after that, we don't know what we have in store for us. Because if you see the trailers, that's the first 4 episodes.
Yeah.
So.
They don't want you to know.
Yeah. The world may never know.
The surprise.
So now, the biggest question is, what's going to be 5, 6, 7, and 8?
Thrawn.
Anakin.
Sky Guy?
I think it's going to be a flashback scene, though. I don't think it's going to be anything else. I think if you're going to do a flashback scene, you're going to do it like a younger Ahsoka.
Possibly, what is it? Episode 5, right? Because that one is directed by Dave Filoni.
Yes.
So it was the first one and the 5th one, right? I think.
Yes. So yeah, people are saying it's the 5th one that's going to be Hayden Christensen as Anakin.
What if we just get like Hondo? Like he just comes
Hey.
out of nowhere.
That guy that voice acts Jim Cummings, like, wants Hondo to go live action. Like, he wants him to go live action. I'm all for it.
That will be so fun. That will be so much fun.
I want Hondo to come live action.
That would be so fun. Yeah.
It would
Great idea.
Yeah, so episode 5 is probably one of the longest other episodes. I think it's like 49 minutes, probably 46 minutes, because probably the credits, the opening scene, and stuff like that. And then episode 4 is probably what I just said, is them fighting, and see what happens. And then probably episode 5, we'll probably get Thrawn next episode. A glimpse of Thrawn, like his back of his head.
He's already got it figured out.
I think that's what I feel like we're going to get. I don't think we're going to get a full-on Thrawn. We might, but I'm going to predict that we're going to see Thrawn next week. At the end of the
I think it's going to, like, we're slowly just inching towards it every episode. Like,
yeah, like, it's being mentioned. People are, like, scared. People want to go home and hide from their cats. You know?
love cats.
Loath cats.
Loath cats. They're cute. They made them a little ugly, though, in the series, but I was like, they're alright. They look like,
That's what makes them so cute, is they're a little ugly.
they look like little Grinches, baby Grinches.
He's
You ever
like
seen a
squishy.
Grinch? Like a little fat baby Grinch. But yeah, so we end this episode on them landing on the planet Cetos, right? Cetos?
Cheetos?
Cheetos? Yeah, Cheetos. They land on Cheetos.
Cheetos?
Oh, like hot Cheetos?
Yeah.
Yeah, hot spicy Cheetos.
We
I
find
mean,
them.
that's probably why the trees are red, right?
Yeah, too much hot sauce. Sprinkling. Make it rain.
Sprinkle.
Yeah.
But now I want to ask you guys, because it's been all over the internet. People have been angry, upset, dying over this. They're saying Sabine should have died with that lightsaber wound. Now they're bringing it back to Qui-Gon Jinn.
That's so rude.
It was a gallbladder.
People are upset.
Did you guys see the video I reposted on my story?
I didn't watch the whole thing, but I saw
Watch it. They make fun of that.
I did watch about a doctor.
About a doctor.
Yeah, a doctor did a whole analysis on why certain people died and why certain people didn't. Like,
Yeah,
I didn't think I got to Sabine's part, but I'm like, yeah, some of it makes sense. Some people have like arteries if they hit, but I'm like, it's fiction, guys. I don't think a lot of this is real.
because Qui-Gon was like stabbed like right in the middle, huh?
But I really think how Qui-Gon died, he got hit in the head. Like, he went, like, he got punctured in that nose. Like, if you go back to their fight, like, Maul hits him with the hilt. And I feel like that breaks his... And then he just stabs him. I think that's how he died. But I really think that's the way, because there was no force heal back then. Yeah, anyway. Like, they try to test it out in the Clone Wars and then also Rebels, you know, and now they're like, even with Jedi.
I heard they created Bacta tanks like 30 minutes after that.
Yeah, like, can we put them in a Bacta tank? Like, sometimes I just don't get Star Wars and how they think of things. Like,
There's no way to die now. Everyone can just get healed.
Yeah,
for sure.
Like, Boba Fett was in a damn Bacta tank for a whole, like, 6 episodes of the series, and then that was it.
I
You
mean,
can't kill Boba Fett.
I mean, I guess you could also consider the fact that like how fast they get attention and like killed up, you know, like because Sabine was like right away, you know. Qui-Gon, I mean, you know, it was just.
If they didn't sit there and talk about their feelings for a minute, you know, they could have had him. They could have saved him.
Possibly.
If they weren't like, Obi-Wan, you must drain the child. But Master, I don't want to. I don't even like him. He could have like brought him like back to life, but all right, we'll keep it that way.
It would have been a game changer if Qui-Gon trained Anakin.
What if? Maybe on the Scavolitano show. What if?
What if?
Game changer.
Game changer. It would have been. It would have definitely been. I don't think Anakin would have fell to that dark side. Absolutely.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah. I feel like Star Wars should really do a what if series like Marvel's doing. I think they would get so much hits on that. They really would.
Yeah.
Like they could really make anything a what if. You know, what if like if Ahsoka wasn't a Jedi, you know, what if that? You know, they could train that. What would she be doing with her life?
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Oh yeah.
But what else I wanted to ask you guys? I also saw something else.
What'd you see, Chris?
Oh, I have something at the top of my head, but I'm totally didn't get there. What is it? It will come to me later. It will definitely. I'll just yell it out if I come to it. I'll just yell it out.
I'll be like, wait.
Turtles!
Hurdle. Now, Ahsoka has drawn in 14 million views for the first 6 days. Now we saw the rate. I saw a lot differently. It was only 1.2 million. So I don't know where people got 14. Like Star Wars got 14 million. So like it didn't make sense to me.
Yeah, no, I've been seeing that all over the media, my media. They said views. Disney stated they said with views, right? That 1.2, apparently that's from this one other like company, smaller company, and like that 1.2 was like household number views.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think when that number came out, Disney just they released the exact number of views.
So 14. So Mandalorian
yeah.
has to have more than that, and then Obi-Wan, of course, because they were always up top when the first episode premiered. So so Ahsoka's probably third, and probably fourth with Endor. You could see with Endor. But yeah, I didn't get that. I wanted to ask you guys.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I got from those numbers. Like the 1.2 is like the household views. And then
that would make sense.
Then that 14 is like the exact number of views that the first episode got, right? It was was for the first episode, right?
Yeah.
That's for the first episode. Yeah. So they said that's a strong number and it's doing good, and I believe it.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Now, Delanier, you have notes. What are your notes?
Well, I already covered most of them, but I was like, I am enjoying. I don't know about you guys, but I'm enjoying Sabine and Ahsoka's kind of dynamic, like especially when they were on the ship. Like I was just enjoying like their banter and going back and forth. I was like, this is so cute. Like they're so cute. And then Huyang just down in the back. I did put that. I was like, oop, Huyang down.
Yeah, because Master and Apprentice, like it's their connection with each other that like helps the training a lot easier. We see that all throughout Star Wars, the Master and Apprentice, and we're kind of seeing a little glimpse of that between them. I like that. I do agree with that.
I think I like just seeing the girl bond too. I'm like, because you don't get much of that lately in most of the Star Wars stuff. So I'm like, look at these girls go. Like,
when Sabine like got a shot in the ship,
like I did it. It's like, good job.
Like, slay,
slay queen, period.
Like you just shot that ship down. Let's go to Starbucks and get a pumpkin spice.
Her.
Yeah, there you go.
And then let's go outside with an astronaut suit on and like try to jump.
I giggled. That was so funny to me. I was like, she's just out there, and then she's like, "Okay, come get me."
I hated that. It looked so fake. Like I was like,
it didn't look that bad. Especially to like compared to what we have seen, fights in like, outside of the ship, and even just like, for instance, just like Leia, just like outside surviving.
I thought that's what she was gonna do. I'm like, she's gonna like hold her breath and then pull herself in. I'm like, oh no, she's got a whole suit.
She's got a whole suit. It makes sense. It shows her footsteps like connecting to like the ship. It makes more sense than what we have seen.
It really gave me like the Rebels Clone Wars vibes with that one,
Yeah.
Like it gave me those vibes, but it wasn't executed well at all. I didn't like that sequence. I think it was just like no.
It was so funny.
You could have helped. You could have helped Huyang, get help, What else was in the episode? We saw Jason. We saw Thrawn is coming.
Yeah, Purgles.
Purgle. They
Hyperspace.
Ahsoka training Sabine to be a Jedi. Sabine trying to use the Force, which I hope not.
Hu Yang, General
Hu
Grievous.
Yang, General
Yeah.
What else? That's it. I think that's it. I think we covered the whole episode.
Yeah, that's it. You
Yeah,
know,
there's not much. It was short, so there wasn't much really.
it was short but nice. But
Yeah, it was cute. I liked it.
I like their setup for the next episode. You know, they landed on the planet.
And then I feel like, they're setting up for next episode, which we already know. We already know that's coming.
Yeah.
But what's the head? So what are you guys' prediction? Because like I said, we only see the trailers we got. We only saw the 4 episodes. That episode that will premiere next week. What do you guys see for 5, 6, 7, and 8? Because we have no clue what's coming.
Yeah.
I definitely, obviously, like you said, they're gonna fight in probably the next episode. I don't think we're gonna see, or we might get a hint of Thrawn maybe next episode, or maybe the one after. But I think we might. I don't know. I'm trying to think if we would see them anytime soon, like Thrawn or Ezra, like if we would get them towards the end, or if they're gonna come in the middle.
I would think we'll probably see Thrawn soon, but like in person, we'll probably see him in the end, and perhaps Ezra too if they find Thrawn.
I feel like we're getting close.
Yeah, we're getting close. Still hoping to see Kanan, Force Ghost, and I was just reminded too. I hope we see Loth Wolves.
Yes, I want to see
that would be a nice touch for Rebels. That would definitely be nice. Yeah. I guess all I could think of is Anakin for episode 5.
Anakin.
For 5.
Definitely Anakin. I think definitely Anakin's coming. I really hope.
What if it's Luke? What if it's Luke? Because like in the Mandalorian, Ahsoka and Luke they were there. Not in the Mandalorian. In the Book of Boba Fett. Because they're having a conversation. Luke was like, "When will I see you again?" And she said, "Soon."
Yeah. Like perhaps.
So, yeah. And what if this is it?
I don't think she'll see Luke until Dave Filoni's movie.
Yeah.
I think like.
Because what if they find out about Thrawn? Thrawn's back. He's
we
biggest
know
threat,
the
and
Empire.
then Ahsoka will tell Luke about it.
But I think if you already read the books, and then Luke already knows about Thrawn, like if you read all that, yeah, you probably know Luke is involved in this big way. But like I think they're saving that for the movie. I really think if we get that story, Luke and Ahsoka meeting, I think we're gonna get that in Tales of the Jedi. I think we'll get that in animation. A little like an episode. I really think so because I think if just say you have these episodes, you have 8 episodes of Ahsoka, and then 1 episode is dedicated to Luke and Ahsoka meeting, that would take out of the story of where they're headed to. You know what I mean? Like if next episode they jump right into Luke. How did we get there? We were just on the planet and then we're fighting Balin and we're fighting Shan. But why are we going to Luke? Like, I don't like when they do that. Like they just jump. Oh, here, like Luke and Ahsoka already. Like we didn't even know how they met. Like we didn't even know how it was, what conversations they had. How did they meet? Oh yeah, you're so much like your father. Okay, we'll see you guys soon. Bye, and then just like run away. Like
Auntie Ahsoka over here.
like, you know what I mean? Like auntie. Like what was my mom like? What was my dad like? Who was my like? I know my dad was Darth Vader, but I knew he wasn't a bad guy, all that bad. Obi-Wan, like they must have conversations about Obi-Wan and Yoda, stuff like that. I really hope we do get that in some other show. I don't think you would put Luke in the Ahsoka show because it's not time for Luke yet. It's not the right time. Just like the book of Boba
Anakin
Fett.
would make sense.
Say that again, Delanier?
Anakin would probably make sense, like a flashback. I think somebody said, and
Yes.
I really just want to see Anakin and Ahsoka in live action together, really bad. I feel like that would be really cool.
No, and we're gonna get that. I think we're gonna get that. I really hope it's not a Force Ghost. I really hope it's just a flashback, like them practicing, him training,
Like
her.
Obi-Wan, yeah.
Yeah, like like that. Because I think if you bring it into the Force Ghost kind of sense and stuff like that, people will like it. But people are also gonna say, I've heard people say this already. I've read it online. I've read it everywhere. I've said it a couple times. Matt and Ashley deserve that moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They deserve that. Not Hayden and Rosario, because they really don't have that chemistry that you see Matt and Ashley have. You know what I mean? And I agree to that. I definitely agree. Even if I wasn't an Ashley and Matt fan, they deserve that right. That they get that one last... If it is Ahsoka's last time voicing her, and Ashley can't voice her no more, that's the way you should go out. That's the way. Because you get those two characters, you cried. I would have cried. I'm crying right now just thinking of that scene. Like, I'm tearing up. Because I think it would be so beautiful of how it would come about. In live action, Hayden wasn't that really good in Obi-Wan when they did the flashback. His face wasn't even like de-aged. You know what I mean? Like Ian McGregor looked fabulous. He's Jesus, you know. He's just that good looking character. He's just a good looking guy. But Hayden, he needed some work. No offense, Hayden. You needed some work, but you needed some work. You know? But just like Indiana Jones, he needed work done. Like Harrison Ford is not 25 no more. He's like 85 or 70. Like he needed the work. Like I need work done at 30. I'm gonna need work done at like now.
You know, Chris, I was just gonna say.
Dang.
Chris, I was noticing something about you lately. But yeah, so
Maybe you know what? Maybe both of you guys need to take some fat naps. It'll help.
I'm gonna take a skinny girl nap.
I'm gonna take a pumpkin spice latte nap.
I just took that one.
Oh, we know you're gonna take a nice sleep after that caffeine is done with your veins.
Look,
Changes his attitude. Look at him.
Look at him. He's already
I'm so happy.
He's already sleeping. He's falling asleep right here. But yeah,
I do agree with that. If we do see Anakin, it's probably going to be in the flesh of a memory, not Force Ghost. It's probably going to be a lesson where between Anakin and Ahsoka, where Ahsoka is going to pass on that lesson to Sabine.
Yeah.
That's what I think. If we do see Anakin.
Yeah. I really think that would be the best bet is a flashback scene. I think a lot of people saying what if Ahsoka was on Mustafar, it wouldn't make a difference. I feel like if Ahsoka was on Mustafar, I don't know if that would change anything. People are out there saying it wouldn't. I think it would a little because in reality, Ahsoka was the closest thing to Anakin, and I think she's the second best person to save Anakin from going to the dark side. First is Padme, definitely. And third is probably Obi-Wan. I think Obi-Wan was just not even... like, he should have never showed up on Mustafar. He should just stay home. It's like, just stay home, Obi-Wan. I think...
Yeah.
I think if Anakin... I don't know, I'll write a what if on this. That if Anakin and Padme... Because Padme was going there to save him. But Anakin, I felt like he just wanted to live with Padme. That was it. Like, I don't think he would have killed anybody else. I think he just would have went on Naboo and lived happily. But Obi-Wan came and then they fought. And then, that's what it is. But yeah, I think that's only the best way they could do it. I don't think I would do it in any other way. I don't think a flashback, flashback would be the best one. A Force Ghost, that's pretty far-fetched.
I'm still open to the idea of Luke Skywalker because they've met already.
Yes, but you have to they met already, but you need that story of how they met.
I mean, so how they met would be before
It
the
would
show.
be. It would
It would be
definitely
before the show.
Yeah, it definitely would be like probably when the Empire fell. Because
Yeah.
at that time, no one knew. In reality, in those 3 movies, no one knew there was a Jedi alive. Like there was, like you never knew who Luke Skywalker was, and Captain Rex was there too. I would love to see Rex in the series, but I think we're definitely gonna have Rex in the show, but wouldn't look right either. I just want to see him, but I don't like the fact that I don't.
I mean, what if we do like in the end, like they know Thrawn's alive, they know the war's coming, and then they have like they just have everyone gathered up for this war. We see Rex, we see the Ghost Crew all together.
I think that's where they're leading to. I feel like the end of the 8th episode is gonna be like them leading into battle.
And then they show Luke. I don't know. And then that will really
He
set up
wants
the
to see
movie. It'll really set up
He
the
just wants
movie.
to see Luke. He wants to see, and then he wants to see a pumpkin spice latte right in Luke's hand too.
And Luke's got Grogu on his back, like you guys
Oh
are here.
yes, there you go. Oh, and then the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
There you go. The movie
There you
set up
go.
perfectly.
And
That's
then
a great
Boba
movie.
rides in.
And then Dom rides in as Boba. Oh, Boba Fett's back, baby! He's gonna be the badass warrior that we all love. We'll send him back to take the
There
5
you go.
episodes.
I got my back to tank with me. Let's go.
Let's go. But there's so much story you could tell. Like it's just so much.
No, Chris, that's it. That's it right there.
That's the whole episode. Good night, guys.
That's how it ends, man.
We got it done.
We got it
Got it
done.
done.
Rex, Luke, Grogu, Mando, Boba. In the end,
Yeah.
ready for Thrawn.
I would want to see Rex.
You know what? We'll just show those colorful bike gang from the Book of Boba Fett too.
Yeah, that was great fiction. Fucking cyborg.
Please. Little Power
That-
Rangers.
Yeah, that made no sense.
I was like,
think
who are these kids?
Yeah, I feel like the Book of Boba Fett was really the worst showing in Star Wars right now.
This is Mando season
out of
3.
all the live action.
Out of live action, yes.
Yeah, out of all the live action, I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would be like, yeah. The bottom
It got better when Mando got in.
Yeah. Mando showed up one episode. Luke and Ahsoka showed up. Everybody was like skyrocketed. But, like,
Yeah, I think the only one I liked was when when he was with the Tusken Raiders.
Oh
That-
yeah, that was fun. That was good.
Dude,
That was my favorite.
I don't know. I just love how they explored more of the Tusken Raiders, their culture, how they live, and
I really
it
liked
was
that
cool.
episode.
It was cool. They showed some new characters among them, and I like that. That was cool.
It was.
Yeah. Back
All
to
right.
the breakdown.
Back to the breakdown.
Yeah,
everybody.
but back to Ahsoka.
But yeah, that's back to the scene, the flashback with Anakin. I think that's the best way you do it.
Yeah.
Is a flashback with a younger version. I don't think they'll do Rosario. I think they're definitely going to get a younger actress. And
Yeah.
Hondo. Oh, not
Hondo, yes, I would love to see Hondo.
Loth Wolves.
Both wolves.
Yeah, I think we got to see those. We saw those
I
cats
wanna-
already.
I really want to see Leia interact with Ahsoka. That's my little thing too. I would
In the
love
end,
to-
man, we're preparing for the war.
Maybe. And then what else? I think that's it. I think that's our breakdown, guys.
For this episode, yeah, man.
For this
Yeah, that was
episode.
everything.
Yeah.
She's cute and sweet.
Yeah, I just want to add to, like, I loved how they ended this episode. I did see that they were trying to make like this show like kind of like samurai style. So I'm hoping we see that in this next episode, with like the trees, just setting the environment, and then they're gonna kind of be hiding in the environment and then like killing the enemies samurai style. I think
Like
that
what
was
we
pretty
saw
dope.
in the beginning of Mandalorian, the Jedi episode, chapter 14 or chapter 17 of the Jedi. When Ahsoka does it with her, she comes in, she goes pew pew pew. She hides in the shadows and she runs.
Oh, I loved that so much.
Yeah.
Did
She
you
said,
love it? Did you love it?
Yeah.
Did you? Okay. I guess you loved it. So predictions for next week's episode, guys.
Samurai
Rick?
style.
That'll be, yeah, they're all
Delanier?
hiding in the trees.
And And I want to make an announcement, guys, because I like just making announcements on the show without no one knowing. We're looking. I'm looking. And probably Rick and Delanier are looking too, but they really don't care. One of you guys. So we have a lot of following on my YouTube channel, and we're looking for someone to be the 4th member of the Scavolitano show on our breakdowns. You know, so if you guys are very interested, you guys can DM me on my Instagram. It's in the link in the bio. I always put the links in the bio on my stuff anyway. So you check it out. You DM me or it's Rick or Delanier, but probably you'll DM me because why would you DM Rick or Delanier? You know, they're not me. You know, I'm me. I'm me.
You see that, man?
It's me. Okay.
It's me,
Listen.
Jessica.
So if you guys are interested in talking breakdowns with us, please let me know. We would love to have you on. Even if we can have you on one episode and then another person the next week, you know, I would love to have one of the Scavolitano fans on the show and just like look at me because I'm right here in the flesh and blood. And you can take selfies with me if you want. I won't charge.
Wow.
Thank you.
I will charge.
I slay. But okay, guys, that's our breakdown. Hey! But make sure you guys stay tuned for more breakdowns with the Scavolitano crew. Episode 4 is next week, only on Disney Plus. 6 Western, 9 Eastern, our Eastern time. Me and Delaners. Before we go, Rick, where can everybody find you on the social medias?
Instagram, StarwarsRick, Purgles.
Daylaner.
Where can't you find me?
I know, she's everything. She has every store.
I like that confidence.
Okay.
Every store, every media.
I gotta make sure I get them all. Hold up. Okay, I've got Instagram. I got YouTube. I got TikTok. I've got Threads. I've got Lemonade. All at the Potter Stop. Oh, and on Etsy. All at the Potter Stop if you want to find me there.
That is a lot to play. You gotta send me all those links.
I got 6 now. Okay, Instagram,
Facebook,
TikTok.
TikTok. Guys, I went viral on TikTok, you know, me DJing and stuff, you know.
Oh, wow.
That was the video, Chris.
Yeah. That's me on a Friday. Just wait till I was on the Saturday. I was like this.
Fat nap right there.
Yeah, definitely. But guys, thank you for joining us. We'll see you back next week with an all-new breakdown of the Scavolitano show and of the Ahsoka series. Part 4 will be premiering next Tuesday, on Tano Tuesday. Be kind to one another. Make sure you guys subscribe down below to the YouTube channel for more Scavoliness and the Scavolitano crewness. Be kind to one another, and may the Force be with you, my friends. Always.
Purgles!
Bye!
Bye!
In my life, when you find people who need your help, you help them, no matter what.